Tonight, we're excited to announce a new segment to this show that'll be on every show moving forward. It's called the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week, presented by Redmond. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. So each week on the Wise Guys, we'll pick a Cougar athlete that's doing something special, and we'll turn the spotlight on them for a few minutes, and they'll help us to help us kick things off. We want to introduce Harvey Scott to the program. He's the Chief Development Officer for Redmond, Inc. Welcome to the Wise Guys family. The Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week debut honors senior receiver Chase Roberts, back from shoulder surgery from the Alamo Bowl, and considering all that's happened this offseason, his leadership role will be needed more than ever. And so Chase Roberts is our very first Re-Lyte BYU Athlete of the Week. And Harvey, what do you think of Chase Roberts? That's how we're starting this.
That's it. I think that's a fair question. I don't know Chase, but I think he's a fantastic receiver.
Yeah, and he is not only is he a fantastic receiver, like we've watched him develop with his leadership over the years that he's been here. And when you go to practice, like the whole receiving room and really the whole offense looks to him for leadership. And then he's done amazing things off the field as well, where he's been a great representative of the university and done a lot of great things. So
also named the All Big 12 preseason team, and today Pro Football Focus listed him among their preseason All Big 12 offensive players. For the Cougars, it was Chase and it was the kicker. Right. That was it on the first team all-conference guys.
Bill, right?
But that gives you an idea. And I thought Mitch talked about it eloquently with the pressure now that's on Chase with the new quarterback. When it was just going to be, hey, let's go do what we do, and now it's, I'd like to keep doing what we're doing, but I'm splitting reps with three guys at practice.
Right, and so, I mean, you think about the production he had last year, 52 receptions for 854 yards and 4 touchdowns. Can he match that this year? I think we all expected him to maybe go beyond that, but he had a senior quarterback coming back, right? I still think he can get there. I think he's that kind of competitor. Didn't practice in spring because he was coming back from that shoulder injury from the Alamo Bowl. I still think he has a chance to have a big year, and I think that they have enough depth in that wide receiver room, and the quarterbacks haven't had a chance to pick out a favorite yet. So they distribute the ball. That's going to allow Chase, as the season progresses, to get single coverage and to be open and to catch a lot of balls.
One thing I like about Chase, I've got a couple of nieces that are his biggest fans, along with a million other young ladies. And one was having a birthday, and we thought, hey, you know what? Let's have Chase give him a call. So Chase FaceTimes him out of the blue. They didn't answer at first because they didn't believe it was him. And he had a beard, so he hadn't shaved him yet. And then he calls back and makes their day. And just talked to him about being Cougar fans. And, well, congratulations to Chase Roberts, our very first Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week, presented by Redmond. The secret is in the salt. Learn what it can do for you at redmond.com. Get used to that name with the Wise Guys. You're going to hear it a long, long time. And we love having the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week. And next week we'll be back with another one. And it gives us a chance to just kind of sit and visit about a certain athlete. A lot of times on the show we talk about so many, but then we put a spotlight in with Relight and we say, let's talk about Chase Roberts, as we did tonight.
And it's fun because we can shine a light on people that not only just performing on the field or on the track or in the pool or whatever, but ones that are doing great things outside of their sport, which Chase Roberts is. So he's a great one to start with.
For your company that you represent and work for, the BYU brand and your brand line up so closely together that you guys just kind of jump and going, let's be a part of this.
Yeah, so very well. Like BYU, enter to learn, go forth to serve. Redmond, we focus on elevating the human experience, body, heart, mind, and spirit. And we think that those two things align extremely well. We love working with BYU, the administration certainly, but the athletes are second to none. They're amazing people.
So how does someone who's so loyal to the Wildcats in their youth evolve into becoming someone so involved in advancing BYU athletes?
Man, that's a great question. I grew up in Arizona, watched the Arizona Wildcats play when Steve Kerr and Sean Elliott and Anthony Cook and those boys. And I would go over and play pickup ball with them at the stadium there, and just loved Wildcat basketball is amazing. I still love Wildcat basketball.
Right.
It's good basketball.
McHale Center's a fun place to watch the game.
It's amazing. Right? Yeah, it is amazing. But nothing beats the Marriott Center.
That's right.
Honestly, it is amazing. And I think from I don't know, my personal values, we just love BYU. I love everything about it. I didn't at first. I did not like BYU because I didn't know anything about it. I grew up in a relatively less active family. We never went to church. I did, but my family didn't. And I didn't actually know anything about BYU until my mission. So,
hey, remember Jim Rufford? He beat the McHale Center.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was.
He still holds the record.
The best visitor ever to come in to the McHale Center. You just returned from the U.S. Track and Field Championships up in Oregon, and you watched Kenneth Rooks, unbelievable, and Lexi Halliday, Lowry both win national titles in the steeplechase. For Rooks, it was his third straight. How was that to be up there with those BYU athletes?
It's amazing. There are certain things that stick with you your whole life. And I was a track and field guy growing up. I ran in the Junior Olympics, 800, 1500. I love track and field. I love watching it. I love participating in it. And when you are connected to an athlete, there's something really special. We went up to the Olympic qualifiers last year as well in Eugene, and supported Diljit and some of the girls and the runners, and just had a great time. We didn't want to miss it this year. We're actually going to the World Championships in Tokyo as well. So
it's fun that BYU is represented in every one of the things you just talked about. BYU has track and field athletes.
Yep, and we're good. We're very, very good. And we just signed the #1 female athlete coming out of high school. Yeah,
we talked about, well, Ed came on the show and said, we kind of just signed the AJ DeBansa of women's track.
Jane Hedegren.
She's unbelievable.
I love how I'm saying we, like it's like I did something. I did nothing, but it's fun.
Well, look, the we part starts when you're at the MTC.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that. The first time you were ever exposed to BYU football in Utah.
Yeah, I'd never been to Utah before.
And the Cougars are playing a game.
Well, you grew up in Arizona and you never came to Utah?
No, goodness no. Like we didn't go anywhere, Blaine. Like I grew up super poor. We grew up in a trailer house. Like we had nothing. I went on one vacation my entire life, and we drove to Colorado and went to a museum and drove home.
Wow.
It was like 10 hours in a car and back home, and it was terrible. And I'd never wanted to go to a museum again.
So you're at the MTC.
Yep.
BYU's playing UCLA.
Yep. No, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I think it was UCLA. Because this is 92, right?
This would have been 92. Yeah, September 92.
So
I'm pretty sure it's Notre Dame.
So if it was Notre Dame, I think we were on the road at Notre Dame that year, but it could have been UCLA or San Diego State. But it was early, right, in September?
Yeah, I left for Australia on October 19th.
Okay, so you're hearing your first BYU football game.
I first hear the band, and I don't know what it is. We're just walking. We're leaving the class, my 7 o'clock class, whatever it was, 9 o'clock class, whatever it was. And I hear this band. I'm like, what is going on? And you look down that way, and all the lights are on, and somebody's telling me, oh, that's the BYU game. And you hear it's just amazing. I'm like, that sounds really fun.
And that's your first game experience.
That was my first introduction to BYU football.
Now you're down on the field, the band's playing right in your ear.
Absolutely, and I love it every time.
So your journey is kind of a cool one where to BYU, you had a swim scholarship, then to Southern Virginia, where you played basketball, earned your BA degree, and then to Cornell, where you got your MBA and your master's degree in public administration.
Yep.
All of this has a direct link to the Especially for Youth program. So what did it do for you?
Changed my life. I met my wife and set me on the right course. I mean, my mission, honestly, is the most important thing that ever happened in my life. So very powerful. So very powerful. I could have never anticipated what my mission could do for me. And come home from my mission. In fact, one of my mission companions there, Andy Tenney, was a student at BYU, and he said, you should come to BYU. And I thought, I don't know if I want to go to BYU. And came up as an EFY counselor and met my wife, and the rest is history. But I fell in love with BYU the first time I stepped on campus.
Yeah. Just felt right?
It felt right. It's a beautiful place.
When you go to Southern Virginia, and while you're there, you go on a, what do we call it?
Like a student
exchange program to China. Now, you don't know Chinese.
Not at all.
Hadn't been to China before.
Nope.
So you just go over there, and then you come back speaking fluent Chinese. Yep. So what was that experience like?
We were just, actually, my wife and I, we had a friend that went over with us, and she just came and visited us. She works for Goldman Sachs now, but we sat and looked at all of our pictures. And it was amazing to just reminisce and to think and remember. And We had no idea what we were doing. No clue. And I took out a loan to go to China to learn Chinese 6 hours a day, 6 days a week in this terrible classroom where there was no heat. And 25 years old. My wife is 21. And we go over there for a year and just study. And that's, we just felt it was right. We came home with $25,000 check in our pocket, paid off the student loan, had 10 grand to live on.
Nice.
For a year and finished it at Southern Virginia. So,
Are you still fluent in Chinese?
yeah, I am.
Oh, man.
Lay some on us.
What do you want him to have? What do we want him to say? We got to give him something to say.
Describe how you're looking forward to opening night against Portland State in Chinese, your feelings.
足球是非常好的，所以说我要看到那个 BYU 的 football team，这个比赛非常非常有意思吧。
Okay, that's a first for us.
Hey,
We
anybody
had Chase
out there
on.
on the chat that just understood every bit of that? I'm sure there are some folks
Yeah,
out
how'd
there.
I do?
I think he did. When Chase was here after his mission, he spoke Tagalog
Very
for
cool.
us.
Yeah.
But now we've had Chinese. That sounded great.
The funny thing is, so my youngest son that coaches the defensive backs at BYU, he speaks fluent Khmer, it's the Cambodian language.
Okay.
And I always say, hey, tell me something in Khmer. And he goes, well, what do you want me to say? And I do some sports thing. He's like, Dad, they don't even know football.
It's kind of hard to. I had to think.
Like, there's
about
no
it.
terms to describe football. They don't play football in Cambodia. I'm like, oh, good point. Ask me something normal. So
We could say 美国的球, which is American ball.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we could say that.
Yeah, because they don't follow football in China.
No, it's 足球 is the word I use. It's soccer, football.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Good stuff. Harvey Scott, Chief Development Officer for Redmond, Inc., and BYU supporter on the Wise Guys tonight, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wiseguys.com. Riley Nelson's going to join us a bit later on as we march towards opening night. Among your passions, especially for the last 10 years as you've been with Redmond and the development of Relight, which BYU basketball star Richie Saunders uses every day? Why does Richie Saunders use that every day?
I guess you'd have to ask Richie.
We
but,
will.
I think all of us, we're all dehydrated. We drink sodas and coffee, and I mean, most of us don't drink coffee here, but
Right.
a lot of people are dehydrated. And people think that just by drinking water, you're actually rehydrating, but there's a balance in your body of electrolytes. And when you drink too much water, you're actually expelling those electrolytes from your body. And so you can actually become dehydrated by drinking too much water, funny enough. So you have to be hydrated with electrolytes. And Relight, it is the best electrolyte powder on the market, bar none. It's the cleanest. It tastes the best. We control the source of salt, which is the base of the product. And it's awesome. I use it every day.
So you got a number of teams that use it, maybe most notably because they're so successful, is the BYU women's cross country team. Uses national champs. How about the fact that BYU has men's and women's national championship in cross country? And I think they're probably picked to win it.
Should be.
But more importantly, so what does it do for them? More importantly, what could it do for us?
I think hydration helps with recovery more than probably anything, but it also allows you to perform at much higher levels. If you're dehydrated, you can't perform. That is the energy of your body, right? So the Oklahoma City Thunder uses Relight. The LA Clippers use Relight. So there's a bunch of teams that use Relight, and there's a reason why. Their nutritionists know that you have to have electrolytes in your system.
I get headaches all the time. Is it because I work with Dave all the time? Or should I be more hydrated?
I doubt it's Dave. Dave doesn't give me a headache, but maybe
you don't work with him like 3 or 4 days a week, though.
That is true.
I'm going to get him some Relight so he enjoys this season because we got to spend a lot of
There you
time
go.
together.
Yeah,
No,
so
actually, I love spending time with Dave.
it helps with lots of things. Restless leg, and this is obviously I'm not a doctor, right? So I can't really prescribe it, but it helps with POTS. It helps with restless leg. It helps with headaches. It helps with sleep. I mean, there's a lot of things that.
How about focus? Like just the ability to concentrate.
Yeah, I don't know. I've not really had that experience, but we do have a product that's Redmond. It's Re-Lyte Energy, and that could probably help. It has some additional caffeine in it. So,
Well, the company slogan is "The secret's in the salt." So, what is the secret in the salt?
Secret in the salt is that this is a U.S. based mine. It's not an evaporated salt. It's a mine salt, which
From
is
right here in Utah, right?
From right here in Utah, 90 minutes south of us. And there's salt that basically goes from Idaho down to New Mexico, but it's 5,000 to 7,000 feet deep. And in this area in Redmond, Utah, it actually surfaced, and we mine that surface, and we're basically 1,000 feet deep now. So
Is it an unlimited supply down there?
unlimited? No, but we have a lot of salt.
You got all you need for a while.
Hundreds of years. Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
There is a lot of salt.
Very good. Recently, Kevin Young and you were part of this, hosted a kind of a meet the team night out in front of your Redmond facility. It's out on 800 North, on the north side of 800 North. I think Sonic is
kind of tucked behind Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic's what's right out on the street there, but right in behind, you guys have that store there. Dave and I stopped by. It was really fun. It was a great event. What's so important to you, and why is it so important for you to have this relationship with BYU athletics, and what does it mean to Redmond and to you personally to be affiliated with that?
BYU has such an amazing national brand. So from a selfish perspective, we want to be part of that. We think that by association, we're lifted too. And we hope we offer the same thing for BYU. But the reality is, I just really like Kevin Young.
Yeah.
I want to see him be successful. I want to see him do all the things. And I love Charles Abuo, like all these guys that come into the store. They really believe in what we're doing. And, Charles has probably been the biggest recruiter for Redmond that I know. He brings all. I saw Brandon Davies there today, right? So they all come in and they love the store, and they drink our raw milk, and they eat at our cafe, and we love being helpful. And I think if you go back to Rhett Roberts and the kind of the founding of Redmond, it's really about showing up as your best self and really trying to make a contribution. And we find that our stores have been around for almost 20 years, right? So we were Whole Foods before they were.
Right.
And Rhett saw this and he wanted to do something to help people eat better food. And so all of our cafes are farm to table. We raise a lot of the meat. We raise our own eggs. We have our own chickens. We vet very heavily on the front end to make sure that anything that comes into the stores is healthy. But it doesn't taste like cardboard either, so.
Yeah. No, I've eaten there with you.
Yes.
It's great. What I loved about that event is one, that the Cougar Nation got to get next to H.A. DeBonsa.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder to do, right? And Richie and all those guys that were there. But that's the first time we met.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
now here a few months later, you're part of us here on the Wise Guys. And we love that.
Like it. I love it too, man. It's awesome.
So cool. Yeah.
We're thrilled to have Harvey Scott, Chief Development Officer for Redmond Inc. on the Wise Guys tonight. Before we hit him up with 5 questions, let's do a little bit of business. Redmond with 6 stores around Utah: Orem, Salt Lake, Ogden, Heber, Springville, and Richfield. Originally, stores were built for your raw milk distribution, but now, as you mentioned a moment ago, so much more. And there's a cafe in Orem and a cafe
in Sugar House.
My
wife is very high on the cafe.
They're amazing.
Yeah, and we encourage you to check that out.
She always says when we go, like we were just over in the UK, we spent some time in Spain. She's like, why do I always feel better when I eat over there? And she's convinced that we just have so much garbage in our food here that they don't over there.
100%.
And you guys would be more like going to a country cafe out in the UK, out in the Cotswolds, like we did a couple weeks ago.
We lived very close to the Cotswolds when we lived in the UK. It's beautiful.
Oh, so fun.
Brenda's on the stream from Boise, Idaho tonight. Russell in from Covina, California, and so many folks all over the world. By the way, James on the stream said Chad Lewis would understand what you said.
Chad Lewis would have understood.
Chad would have understood.
Chad will be on the show here in a couple weeks. We look forward to that.
Ashton Ellsworth says, hey, I swam at SVU as well.
Oh, he swam or played?
Says he swam.
Okay, I didn't.
Or she. I don't know if that's a she or a he. So,
interesting.
But competed. Certainly
competed there. So, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Our 5 questions tonight for Harvey are presented by Strategy Square. This is where we hit you up with 5, and this is where you really reveal some things about you.
You don't even think about them. First thing that comes to your
first thing. Okay.
So, your favorite sports movie?
I don't know.
By the way, that track town, is that the new track T-shirt?
Yeah, this was
That's
from
BYU.
yeah, this is from the qualifiers.
That's awesome.
We gotta get Ed or Del G to give us some of that. So, okay, favorite sports movie?
I don't know. I don't actually watch sports movies.
What's the one about the what's the
You've
one about
never seen one your whole life?
Yeah,
How about McFarlane?
That's what I was thinking of. The one about the cross country
With
team.
Kevin Costner.
Oh, that's a great show. That's a
yeah.
great show.
So
yeah,
you've seen
that is
one?
a really great show. And like I don't know,
like
you've seen
Hoosiers?
F1?
Rocky,
Yes.
no.
The new F1
Just
is
saw it a few weeks
amazing.
ago. It was
that good?
awesome.
One of the best. I think. I mean, in the last 5 years, it might be the best film I've seen in 5
And
years.
not just because my wife really likes Brad Pitt. It was actually really
it was a
good.
great film.
Are you
Yeah.
ready to put that at your list? Your favorite sports
F1?
movie?
F1. Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Yeah.
You know what?
That's the first
I could
F1.
go with that one.
All right.
I really
Okay.
enjoy. I told some of the other kids in our family, I'm like, I will go with you again to watch that. one.
I would totally
I
go.
would go again.
Okay, so you got Rudy. Rudy's a good film. What's the one with Denzel Washington and he's a football coach?
Oh, that's Remember
Titans.
the Titans.
Remember the Titans
That's
is a
a
good one.
popular
Those are
one.
great. Yeah.
I mean, the good films, right?
So you've seen all those.
I've seen a ton of them.
Rocky.
Rocky. Oh yeah, Rocky's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
if you
Okay,
haven't
so
seen McFarlane, you should watch
We'll
it.
go see F1.
I have seen McFarlane,
Yeah.
and it is fantastic.
That's a
and in
good
fact,
one.
I shed a tear.
Yeah.
It's a really,
oh yeah.
it's a really
I cried at
good show.
McFarlane too. I think I did.
It's a good show.
That's a
So-
good one. Okay.
All right. Your favorite singer or band?
Brian Adams.
Oh, wow.
Well,
You're
you
going
didn't even
old school.
hesitate.
Now,
Huh?
like, so I've seen him live a few times. Acoustic. He's
so good.
unbeatable.
It seemed like for a period of time there, every movie theme he sang.
It's true.
I saw Brian Adams. He opened for Journey at the Marriott
Oh,
Center.
amazing.
Wow.
In '84, because it was the Frontiers tour.
Amazing.
And it was his first kind, and he was just he
He's
was
so
great.
good, man.
Yeah, he's
So
good.
Brian Adams.
Great
Yeah,
songwriter. So
Such a great performer.
So your favorite place to visit? We'll give you. This is like we'll give them either or. Transylvania, Kentucky, or Transylvania, Romania.
Romania. I've been to both. We got our butts kicked against Transylvania.
When
we
you
played.
played basketball, you went to Transylvania.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a good experience.
There you go.
So you go over where Dracula hangs out,
And it was
that
fantastic.
was better.
That's right. I was with Rolls Royce at the time. Yes.
Yeah, no, my wife's been to Romania.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, she
Were you a
loved
little
it.
spooked? Were you a little spooked?
No.
There at Transylvania?
No, I don't get spooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I might be a little freaked out.
Maybe at night.
Like
maybe.
some bats fly
That
around.
could have been a little
That might
scary
be
at night, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you superstitious?
No, but
Just stitious.
you know, just
Yeah, just a
over
little
there.
stitious.
Just over there in the dark in
So-
Transylvania.
Yeah, in a graveyard. No.
Yeah.
Okay, your favorite BYU moment?
Favorite BYU moment, man. Probably last year when BYU played Kansas at home.
Oh, that was big. Yeah.
Just the environment being and where I was sitting. I was sitting on the third row with a good friend Chad Magleby, and it was so loud. I had tinnitus until like 3 a.m.
And they just ran him out of the gym.
Yeah, they were up by 30. Like it was an unbelievable beatdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never expected him to run him out of the gym
No,
like that.
it was incredible.
So,
Okay. That's a
okay,
good
now
one.
this is maybe the most important one. So, your favorite advice that you've ever been given by your wife, Lindsay?
Oh man. I don't know. She's given me a lot of advice. Probably okay on a sentimental level. She has taught me everything about communication. Just how to be vulnerable and how to be okay with expressing how I feel. She provides a great safe space for me. She's my best friend. She's amazing. I want you guys to meet her. She's so great.
Bring her to the
in.
show, and
Yeah.
we'll put her on.
She's
And
so
We'll put her
great.
on. And she can tell how she taught you that.
Yeah, she can, and she's amazing.
can she still speak Chinese?
Oh yeah. Well, she can write Chinese better than she can speak Chinese.
Oh, yeah?
That seems to be harder.
It's very hard.
So,
Yeah.
That's awesome. We look forward to meeting her. We're so glad to have you in our lair. What do you think? What do you think of our
This
lair?
is a great spot.
We've
This-
been to your lair over at the store, and now
Yeah.
you've been to our lair.
No, seriously, I feel like the least of these. I should not be on this show only because I don't really have anything to offer other than the fact that, man, I love this institution. I love Utah County. We're committed to this place. We love the people that we work with. So I'm grateful to be here. Thanks for letting me on.
That's what gets you
we're-
on this show.
We're glad to have you.
And-
I think it's so. Mitch was on first, Mitch Matthews.
Yeah.
One of great BYU receivers. And he said, we started this business. I wanted it in Utah County first because this is where I live. Because I love Utah County. When I'm here.
This
now you
is the
come on
place.
and you say, because I love Utah County.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
It is the place. I serve right now. I serve as the chairman of the board for the Utah Valley Chamber.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I love Utah County. It is the place to be. It is the economic engine for Utah. It is the mecca for Utah. We have more missionaries that leave out of here. We have more tithing paid out of here. Like, this is the backbone of the church. And I love it.
Well, thank you for bringing Relight to Wise Guys.
Well, we love Re-Lyte, and it's if there's a code. If anybody wants to try the code, it's welcome 15.
Welcome 15.
They can go on to redmond.com or redmond.life and get some product for a 15% discount. So
And the code is
welcome 15.
Welcome 15. All right, everybody, you heard
I
that.
know. My wife's telling me I got to come over to the cafe with her and have lunch. We'll do it.
I'll take you.
Thank you for
all
being
right.
with us.
Thanks, guys.
The
Thanks
great
so
Harvey
much.
Scott. We're going to see him frequently here on the Wise
Yeah,
Guys.
bet.
As a family member, you can just come and go whenever you want.
That's right.
That's the beauty of it.
Count on it.
All right.
There you go.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Harvey.
Harvey Scott, the Chief Development Officer for Redmond, Inc. Secrets in the Salt, and now the secret in the salt is with the Wise Guys.
That's right.
And we love having the Re-Lyte Athlete of the Week.